How many ads are there going to be? All right. So I'm going to warm up on my bike. Yeah. Which way? I want to go this way. Almost dropped my camera. Why is this thing so loose? Let's fix that up. So I got some socks for this. My hamstrings are very tight. All right. I'll load this so I can see chat. But I need to warm up just a little bit. It's too low. So here, switch, click on myself. 5. All right. Well, I don't want to listen to myself. Let's try that. Put the fan on me. I'm going to spend less time today talking when there's nobody to talk to. My throat is a little bit itchy and scratchy. So today will be back day. Tomorrow will be chest. Sunday will be legs. And so basically, bench press, military press, maybe incline press. And then legs is going to be squats, lots of glutes, maybe less quad focused. All right, another 5 minutes. I was playing some chess earlier, and I have the idea to maybe do a chess stream this weekend, warm up with some bullet, then spend a couple hours just playing rapid chess, 10-minute games, 10 minutes each side. And I'll fit in this corner. The wall is right there. I should maybe move this even just 2 inches over. Yeah. Less than 3 minutes and I'll give it up. Start getting ready for my pull-ups. I liked what I did last time, where I did multiple challenges of how many pull-ups could I do in 5 minutes. I've done one of those since. My last back workout was at the gym, and after an hour and 55 minutes of back workout, the last 5 minutes before the gym closed, I did as many pull-ups as I could, and I got 49, but really I cheated and did 50. I let the timer run for a couple, maybe like 3 extra seconds to get in that last one. Oh. It's hot in here. I had the heat up because I've been a little bit sick. But now that I want to work out, it's making it almost unbearable. So it's like minus 20 degrees Celsius below outside right now. And I have my balcony open directly to the outside. So it's gonna be a balancing act. Once it gets a little bit too nippy, I gotta close it so I don't get a chill. All right, less than 2 minutes. Last minute. Might be a short minute. All right. I think my camera's freezing occasionally. All right. Oh, so that's my warm up. So after my last leg workout on Thursday, my hamstring still haven't recovered. And so today's Friday. So Thursday and Friday, I had a twitch in my hamstrings. Every time I sit down, twitch, 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 twitch. Man, I'm getting twice as many ads now. Oh, I'm actually getting relevant ads to my city now. Two ads in a row. Spotify is getting a little bit annoying. I might have to blow my nose occasionally. Okay, let's make sure. Nasty Nate. For me, I'm just happy to be here. I had the gym booked today. I ended up canceling because I'm a little bit sick. I did go yesterday. And yesterday I had a bit of a headache. I woke up a little bit worse. But I'm just about to start full force now. Just rearrange some of my stuff here I don't need. Get that out of the way. Change my camera around. And so, pull-up time. How are you in this fine Friday night? All right. I'm going to turn this thing around. No, I'm not. When I'm warming up, I'll keep it this way. When I actually go full force, I'll turn it around because I want to do some front levers. It's so hot. Meanwhile, it's minus. I'm going to check what the weather is. What's the weather outside? Where's my? So I don't need this switch open anymore on my phone. The current weather is minus 22 degrees Celsius. And if you look, I got this open. So this is open. Minus 22 degrees Celsius out there. And I'm still hot. Myself, it's been a decade now. I've gone through several phases, I should say. It took me 4 years to hit my peak, or like damn near my peak genetic potential. And I was driven. I did everything. I attacked, and then I caught an autoimmune disease. And then life was very difficult for a while until I got diagnosed. I got treated. I got cured, and then started right back from not ground zero, but it was ground. Well, I started at, let's say, below ground, and then I started back from ground zero, built the tower back up, started training a little bit differently, until 2018 when I herniated my disc and I tore my glute. So then I couldn't train my legs for 2 years, so I became an upside down bottle, like big up top. My legs were they shriveled up in real time. I lost my ass. It was I was self-conscious, but I didn't stop training. And then 2020, I could start training my legs again, and I got really strong, really fast. I went from not being able to pick up 135 pounds off the ground to picking up almost 575 pound deadlift at about 230 pounds. Right now, I'm about 185, 190 pounds, somewhere in between there. Immortal chickens. Oh, believe it or not, I'm super hot right now. I've been a little bit sick the last couple of days. First, it was just a headache, and then today I actually had to realize, yeah, I'm a little bit sick. So I canceled my gym, and here I am. But I had the heat up so I could sweat it out. And then I was all sweaty and sticky, so I went and took a shower. Then I came here to work out. But I have my door open. It's minus 22 degrees Celsius outside. I'm trying to, I got my fan on too. I'm trying to keep myself from feeling gross when I work out. All right, let's. January 2nd, I tore something in my back. This thing has really been good physio. Just squeeze, and then when you let go, you resist. Minus 3 degrees Celsius. I'm not used to that. Oh, you're used to mine. Okay, that's a twist there. Yeah. It's funny, right? It's like I don't bother wearing a hat if it's like below, like if it's above minus 15. It's just like minus 15. Put on a light jacket, go outside. But then it gets minus 29 plus, and then you dress for the weather. All right, so what I intend to do today, I've already warmed up. Maybe I can do some more pull-ups, just warm-up sets. Because what I want to do is more 5-minute pull-up challenges. Set a timer for 5 minutes and see how many pull-ups I can do. Try to hit like 70 plus pull-ups in 5 minutes. And I figure a couple sets of that. My lats will be toast. My forearms will be pretty beat up. And then maybe I'll finish off my forearms and hit my biceps with back grips. I think that's what you drop the 45 dumbbell on your index finger. No, I'd expect more like your toes or something, but that's how'd you manage that? Normally you think like, oh, I dropped something in my hand. It sounds like I have my hand on a shelf or something, but you don't normally have that stuff around at the same time you got dumbbells around. unless you're like working out off the floor. All right, so I'm gonna turn this guy around. And how's that? I don't need to. Oh, yeah, that happens. That should have come to my mind. No, the worst, this wasn't dumbbells, but I was carrying I was carrying plates, and I was like stacking them up, and they're a little bit over my navel, whatever, and like a little bit over my like under my shoulders, somewhere in this area, and I had to lift like this, and I slammed down, and it caught my skin in between. That one hurt. I got a big purple bruise. Good man. Yeah, somehow I've never broken a single bone in my body, even when I dislocated my ankle once. That was I fell down some stairs. My ankle like bent all the way backwards and bent forwards, and it was like there's so much small bones and stuff in there, but it was all like tissue tears and then like it wasn't. I didn't get away off that scot like easily, but somehow I didn't break any bones. All right, so let's get my clock out, timer, set it for 0 hours, 5 minutes, 5 seconds, give myself time to hit the button, walk to the rack. You've chipped a lot of bones. Yee. Well, I've chipped my spine. So if you look on my x-rays, it's like regular vertebrae, regular vertebrae, regular vertebrae, and then one is just like jagged. And then there's like a piece like that's still beside it because playing volleyball and then diving, and then when I landed like on my stomach, there was a big like impact where the like it ground to get like the almost like a V in my and yeah. So growing up, I had back problems that was misdiagnosed, and so my jagged vertebrae would inflame my lower back. But as soon as I started building muscle, it's all supported. I haven't had any back problems like that since. All right, I gotta get myself in the mood. I take these socks off because I just put them on to go on the stationary bike. All right, I shouldn't waste my air. I'm gonna take one half sip. Right now, I'm just making excuses because I don't want to do it. It's gonna suck. Like it's really gonna suck. It does every time, but I'm a glutton for punishment. I keep coming back to it. Afterwards, I feel all accomplished, and over time, I should be able to track my progress. So I'm gonna hope I can do 70 plus. If you can see, one thing I found is when I start doing high numbers, I lose count in my head. Like I'm counting, but somehow I always get it wrong. Like I'll skip a number and suddenly I did 20, I did 19, and like I'm confident I did 20 until I look back at the footage and it's like Yeah, you dummy, you only did 19. How many other sets are you getting wrong just because you can't count to 20? But I'm gonna give it a go. 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Real fluffy snow. Yeah, so you get more like sleet. Yeah, we got snow here in Canada right now. I'm trying to pull out of my parking lot onto the main road, and the snow piled up at the side, like at the in between the sidewalk and the road is like 2.5 feet higher than my car. So I'm trying to like look, so you can't see what's coming down the road at all. So I gotta like peek out, peek out, peek out, gun it, just hit the slam my foot on the gas and spin on the ice and just get across really fast. It's like I'm surprised there are more accidents there, but it's like that all over my city now. 3 summers. Yeah, well, in winter you can always just put on more clothes. In the summer, without the joys of technology, what do you do, right? Before air conditioning. Anyways, 5 minutes. I don't wanna. It's gonna. All right. And I'm still. I am a little bit sick. Let's see how this goes. So maybe this won't be my best effort, but I'm gonna try. If I start feeling like a little bit, I'm taxing my immune system too much, I'll slow it down. But in the meantime, I'm gonna wait till the stupid ad stops. There's so many ads on Spotify now, more than normal. I want something that's got more beat to it. All right, so it's literally bro. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but the power grid, it was everything is designed for a certain life, and they've been doing things to extend the life, but like it needs a lot of upgrades. And where is that money going to come from? Anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. Not, all right. The first one I did there, I pulled my shoulder a little weird. That's 10. I was too eager to let it rip. My shoulder didn't like that. Maybe I should have spent more time warming up my shoulders. So I'm a minute down, I've only done 20. I just don't want to go to failure. I want to, as soon as you go to failure, it's hard to recover. So I'm 25. My shoulder doesn't feel the best. So that's 30 in 1 minute, 30 seconds. 45. 'What a waste of oxygen. 40. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. I think it's either 40 or 45. Like I said, I can't count. I hope you've been doing it for me. I think that's 50. 1 minute left. Breathing more. Okay, I'll just do one at a time. 55 we're going for. I counted 60. Oh, there goes. Was that 60? Whew. All right. Texas has its own independent power grid. You know I'm going to be looking it up once I'm done here. Oh. See, what I should have done, should have warmed up with this guy for my shoulders. I almost, like, when I started off, I was almost like using my body as a ripcord so I get more numbers in. And my very first rep, I felt something go wrong in my shoulder. Like, it's not injured, it's just my shoulder didn't like it. You use pre-workout for the first time. Yeah, I don't use pre-workout. You lacked a lot of explosiveness. Huh. The only time I've heard people say that is when is people I know who have ADHD, and what would give people a lot more nervous energy tends to calm them down. I don't know if that's relevant or not, but that's just my experience. Normally, the pre-workout is supposed to give you that jittery foot where you're just like jabba 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 jabba, like, and so you're sitting there tapping your foot the whole time, just counting the milliseconds till your next set. It's basically just caffeine. Pre-workout makes you, yeah, that's what I thought. Did I misread that? Oh, without. Oh, I thought you said with pre-workout. Okay, yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. If pre-workout doesn't make you jittery, you may have ADHD. At which point, like the biggest problem I've seen with people who have ADHD is that they're not diagnosed properly until they're in a lot of cases, they're not diagnosed properly until they're much older. All right, so then suddenly they get like a label unfairly. They get labeled unfairly as kids, and then suddenly they figure out what works for them, and now they've got their life in order, and they're able to use it, if anything, for their advantages. You got a new job? Good job. What, like, is this something you can see yourself doing in several years, or is it like a transitionary job? Hopefully, you're happy with it. Either way, it's definitely better to have a steady income than otherwise. So, 3 jobs. Yikes. Yeah. I take it for granted sometimes that I can work. Well, with my job, if I'm like regularly, I'll get 40 hours a week. But occasionally, like when stuff comes up, I might end up spending ridiculous amount of time. One, either like working late at night to get something finished on the computer, or going out into the field. And okay, so I'm going out of town for 2 weeks, and from sun up to sundown, so basically like 7 a.m. till like 10 o'clock. I think I set a second alarm by mistake. But yeah, I might just be running with equipment, running from job site to job site. Work at a gym, GNC, and Journeys. Yeah, a shoe place. That was the only one I was going to ask about. Well, actually, no, that's not true. For GNC, what is the training like for that? Because like people come in there and they're going to want to ask you questions about all the products, and how do you get all caught up with that? Do they give like a brochure, read this, say this, or is it like you come in there with your background already? Or so you're working 50 hours a week? Oh, well, I'm glad you're gainfully employed over the pandemic, and hopefully that's able to keep you living in conditions that work out for you. I can still feel my lats. My arms are bouncing up off my. Yeah, my people skills were never that great. Well, that's not true. I understood people, but I struggled with interacting with them until I went through university to become an engineer, and they basically trained me to become a businessman. Like the engineering part was the first several years. The last couple, it's all every class you're working group projects and you're doing presentations to like whoever, and then like it fundamentally changed me and what I'm capable of. And then going into the field after, and I'm basically a glorified problem solver. So these guys have money, they're trying to do something, there's issues, they need me to fix it, and sometimes I'm like I might get shipped out up north where the only way in and out is through a two-seater passenger plane, and I'm given like okay, so tomorrow morning you're going out here. There's some problems. I'm not really sure what they are. Go figure them out. And so like okay, so just show up, and there's no one there to I can't even call into the city often, and I've never run into a problem I haven't been able to solve yet. Saying that though, sometimes the answer though is it's not going to work, right? So but it's not. I don't know. Like I don't know. Like it's like we ruled it out. You want to do it like this is what we're going to need in order to do it the way you want. That's going to cost this amount of money, right? So if you're willing to sign off on that, pay that, fine. Otherwise, we could go back to the drawing board and in the end pay and put together a plan that's going to cost this much money. You get nervous. When you get nervous, you stutter, and once the stutter starts, I get flustered and I get upset because I can't talk properly when I'm trying to. I have some opinions on that. But your people skills work at the gym is way better. But I think it's because you've been working out there for a while, so you're a little bit comfortable, but you still get nervous and panicky. Now, with speaking, particularly for myself, I would say and a lot. And right now, I'm thinking before I'm saying things, and I'm being deliberate with what I'm saying and almost having staccato of intonations as I'm speaking, because it's okay to have the pauses instead of forcefully putting in a or an as a placeholder for space. And that was something that I had actually, I did some self-assessment. I realized what I was doing, and I actually put in the effort to be able to speak without the ums and the ahs. I remember doing a presentation, and I was videotaped. And then I thought I did really good in that presentation. I knew what I was talking about. I was passionate about the topic. And I just, here I am, and I was excited, and I was trying to involve the audience. And then I finished, and then my teacher says to me, 100 and 200 or whatever times. And in the end, I'm like, that's how many times you said like. It was like. That's how many times you said like. And blew me away. I had no idea I was doing it. I saw the video later, and it was I was embarrassed, and yeah. And with stuttering, it's once it starts, it can be like a short circuit. And I wasn't a super bad stutterer, but I have stuttered, and sometimes I just literally it'll be saying this like la 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 la, and then stop, take a breath, think about what I want to say, and then start again, where I will think behind what I'm speaking, and I will use the pauses to collect myself, and it gives me time to put my thoughts into a specific order that makes sense, so I can have a chronological story to be told, or I can put together several points together in a way that will make sense to come to a specific conclusion. And in particular, if it's like when I'm talking out of my ass, there might be more pauses. And even now, I am specifically thinking and talking behind my thoughts, just as an example of what I'm trying to say right now. But if it's something that I'm very knowledgeable on, I've already spent all those hours collecting my thoughts, assessing what I think about things, doing my own research. I use a lot of skepticism in my own beliefs, in that I use skepticism as a tool to polish whatever I'm looking at, to give myself a more polished final product when it comes to my beliefs and anything I believe is true. Anyways, I'm basically ready for my next set. But when I'm confident, like when it's something I like, when it's something that I'm passionate about, I can go off a million miles a minute. And for things like fitness, the answer never changes. So it's easy, right? Because all like you got a big circle filled with stuff, and all that stuff all points in the same direction. I told the client to shut up. What do you want? Because I was being trained on sales, which I hate. And you're dealing with company money, and you're panicking. It was just an instinct, and you felt bad. Yeah. Well, hopefully that didn't come back and bite you in the butt. Yeah, I had that squished out of me working in construction, in that I had a lot of people, like I've met some very unpleasant people where like I just got to work with these people, and it's like, okay, just you know what, we're all trying to get paid. You can say whatever you want, it's going to roll over me. In the end, it's after that experience, it was a smooth ride. So you got it out of your system, and then you're just like, I feel better now. I told this, like I said what I wanted to say. Let's go now. I'm all refreshed. Dump all your garbage on me again. I can take it. Anyways, let's. This is a good song. All right. How's this for height? Maybe I want to go. Maybe I want to go a little bit higher or further back. I'm a little bit waterlogged right now. Drank too much water. All right. I'm going to set another 5-minute alarm. My throat's actually feeling a little more scratchy from all the talking. So I think I did 60 my first attempt. Well, being kind never goes out of style. At the same time, you need to learn. Being able to say no is a valuable skill. Keeps people from walking over you. Yeah, but the thing is we're all looking at the world from behind the window, our own window outwards, and you got to keep in mind that everybody else is doing the same thing, and often we're all the same. We're double guessing everything we say, everything we do, thinking people are going to think bad about us or they're going to judge us a certain way based off of how we look, how we speak, this and that. Well, meanwhile, the person across from you is doing the same thing. And they're often more concerned the same way you are about how they're presenting themselves as opposed to how you are presenting yourself towards them. Your emotions don't proper as well as a normal person. What does that mean? I'm going to get ready to do my next set before I cool down anymore. 5 minutes, 5 seconds. I don't want to do it. I'm going to do it. I want to do at least 3 of these. I'll do my 5-minute pull-ups. Then I'll do some rows. Then I'll do another set of the 5-minute pull-ups. Then I'm just going to do arms. I'll get out some dumbbells and go to town. Yeah, just where you say your emotions don't function as properly. Yeah, is that in relation to your emotions don't come out through your behavior as a regular person, or the physiological response to emotions is numbed down on your body? Like you might feel bad, but maybe your heart doesn't race as much as somebody else. Or is it less emotions for what you actually feel? Like, because what you feel is often subjective, and I think it might be harder for a doctor to actually assess that, but behaviors are typically what's more presentable. Okay, so that sounds like empathy to me. And there's people, I know people that are like that. My best friend in particular. Whereas myself, I'm quite empathetic, and I started off in a situation growing up where I had to be, in order to survive, I had to be very conscious of what the people around me were feeling in order to where to step my feet. And so I find it very easy to understand people. And at the same time, it's like, at the same time, when it comes to like anything political, anything like, I tend to disagree with everybody because I can see where you're coming from. I can also see where your opposition is coming from. And as far as I can see, you two are both sides have their heads so far up their own, like it's like no, they're not listening to each other. It's like they're trying to speak in absolutes when if the world was so black and white, we'd have the answers already and we wouldn't still be arguing. Hmm. Yeah, but I'm sure you have your own ways to like. Even then, like you want to be there for her, right? So you had your, and you don't necessarily have to feel what other people are feeling to like be there for another person or to sort of understand the overall situation. Yeah, that's sort of what I was gonna say next. You want to be there because you feel like that's the right thing to do, but not because you want to. But then again, why do you want to do the right thing? And there's different levels to that, and there can be multiple aspects all at once. Because I can understand you're like this situation, it might not be this situation, but say, okay, I care about this person, and um, let's like I'd like to help them, but at the same time, it's a pain in the butt, right? And then so it's a balancing act, and then sometimes it's like even if it's more self-serving, that like if you're honest with yourself. Anyways, next set. But yeah, so actually no. So even if it's more self-serving, just the act of trying to do good in the world, right? Like you fake it till you make it, and there's some philosophical philosophical concepts there. Um, yeah, but anyways, next set. 5 minutes. I hit the button. Let's go for 50 plus. My shoulder doesn't feel good. My front delt. Oh, 25. Just give me a minute. Or 5. Yeah. And so there's different levels and types of emotions. Um, like I'm sure there's some sort of emotions behind why you get panicky in those situations. I lost count. I think I'm at 25, and I'm already almost done half my time. Crap. Let's get 30. I might have done 30 already. I can't remember. But at the same time, if you've been diagnosed, I'm not sure what you got diagnosed with, and there might be something more physical behind that, like hormones specifically. Like maybe you have a smaller hormone response to those type of stimulants. It's like if your body doesn't produce typical hormones compared to what you expect from somebody without your condition, it's like you can't build a fire without fuel. Hey, Drift Monkey 77. Well, I was in quarantine for a while. Uh, Worked out much less. I was just doing small mobility stuff for most of January. Started lifting heavy, but more time at the gym. I'm doing a 5-minute pull. Crap, 30 seconds left. Talking too much. Ugh. So that's gotta be close to 50 pull-ups in 5 minutes. But I got distracted with my thoughts. So that was my second. How many pull-ups can I do in 5 minutes? That was my second attempt. That one I was very distracted. Yeah, to me, with my limited experience and non-specific knowledge in that topic, that sounds like hormones. Maybe a comparison or an analogy would be there's a dam holding back these river of hormones for people for the floodgates for their emotions, and maybe your dam is a little bit higher. So it takes more buildup to topple to breach the dam. But once it does, there's more spilling over. More maybe the dam falls and breaks because like you have a certain amount of water before the dam breaks. Maybe you just have a bigger, stronger, more reinforced dam. So how are you doing, Drift Monkey? I'm seeing progress, though, because one thing you never understood was being alone. I used to feel like I needed some. Yeah, a lot of this is you live, you have experiences. Hopefully, you self-reflect on those experiences. But even over time, like these, like if you're in a job, sometimes you start out, you're flustered every day, and you're working for years, and you're still running into problems that you've never seen before, and you might feel a bit down, like why is like I should be better than this. I've been doing this for a while, but eventually you've seen enough problems. As long as you're trying to self-improve, um, or reflecting on what's going on, and you eventually start eliminating these things one after time, and then the body remembers, your brain remembers, and like, oh, I've experienced this before. I can relate this experience to this, and it might not be exactly the same, but I can see parallels, and that's we are creatures of pattern. You're good. You're getting fat, but still working out. Yeah, well, for me, I'd rather get fat with muscle underneath than getting skinny and losing a bunch of muscle. But that's only because I know how to, for worse or wear, burn off the fat. But hopefully you're staying healthy. Hopefully you still got energy for all your daily endeavors. Oh, I got a very danceable song. I miss dancing West Coast. Lost a bunch of weight and it's made me weaker. I tried bulking. Yeah, a lot of people, if you're at like, say if you bulk and you're committed and you actually get that weight off, most people will dirty bulk once. And then from then on, every time you think about dirty bulking again, you remember what you put yourself through to get all that weight off. With 20 pounds in 3 to 4 months, you're 200 now. My weight's been varying. I dropped a bit of weight January, and by a bit of weight, I lost a lot of weight to the point where I didn't want to say how much I lost because I put on a fair bit of it back. But I was eating one meal a day for like it started off January 2nd. January 1st, I had a nice workout. January 2nd, I was deadlifting 315 pounds, and I wasn't paying attention because 315 isn't that heavy for me. But I was exploding up off the floor, but I was using a little bit too much momentum, so it was coming up, and then I'd catch it because on the way down. And one time I caught it, and I felt a tear. It was like, oh no. So that happened. Then I had to go into quarantine because of COVID, and yeah, so I was eating like one meal a day, but at the same time, I had things that were keeping my brain occupied, so I just wasn't that hungry. I can do both things really easy, gaining and losing weight. Struggle with maintaining though. Yeah. Right now, all I care about is making these legs bigger and stronger and more defined. And I've been skipping on some workouts this year because I had to, because of like injury, because of sickness, but I have not skimped on my legs. So my legs are getting stronger and they're getting more shapely. At the same time, I've lost a lot of flexibility. I haven't been stretching as much. And So yeah, Wednesday I did a really, really hard 2-hour leg workout. And then so Thursday I was at work, and the whole time sitting down, my right hamstring was twitching. And then today I was sitting in front of my computer twitching. So like all throughout today, my right hamstring has been twitching. I'm very, very stiff right now on my legs. They definitely haven't recovered. Good man. If I had a choice, I'd be a back with legs, and I got pretty damn close to hitting that at one point in time. And the thing is with having a really, really well developed set of legs before, all I see now is I don't have what I used to. But at the same time, I know exactly what I need to get back there, and I'm gonna need like a year, or like I'm gonna need more than a year. But I've got a lot of, like, I'm seeing progress every month, like every week or two. There's visual improvement. I popped on and see you dancing with your, yeah, yeah. That was I'd like to do more, but I miss the social dancing events where I would dance with like 40 women in a week, in a night sometimes, and my stick is I would get there and I would dance with everybody there. I'd make sure I didn't miss anybody before I started going. Well, before I even took a break. And the newer dancers, I try to dance with them first, because often they would do the lesson, get insecure. Like, everyone else is so good, I'm nervous. I can't do this. I'm gonna go, right? So I try to get them dancing before they had a chance to find a corner to hide in. But it would be dancing hour after hour after hour, and then as soon as I want to take a break, it's like I got a bunch of people jumping on me, like, no, like I'm basically getting pulled one arm and the other. It's great. I'm not even kidding. Lots of volume. Well, I'm a lot thicker than I look on camera. That's so like that's why I'm heavier than I look too. But I just like lifting a lot of heavy weights. I like eating a lot of food. I like being full. But I've definitely been at the point where I basically walk around like this. Like, as soon as I start to flex my lats a little bit, my arms just bounce off them. But even then, it's often a little bit awkward to like get my elbows in. I gotta like bring them forward to be able to touch my elbows to my side. Otherwise, it's like I can't get my elbows into my side. It's just too much meat here. And then my armpits have grown so much larger than they used to be. Yeah, see, I had never expected to like one. I never danced in my life until I just went and I started, and then I met so many good people, and it changed me. I used to have a big personal space bubble. After several months of dancing, one day I just realized I don't have a personal space bubble anymore. When you're dancing with like so many people chest to chest, and you're like walking around. You can do all this with somebody basically attached to you. And I've seen that happen to others too. When I herniated my disc in 2018, I started dancing Kazumba because that's the only dance I could do. Like I was wrecked. I couldn't bounce. I couldn't move my legs very much. But with Kazumba, I could become a rigid doll like this. So I locked myself up and I knew. And so this was Kazumba. And there is some movement there, but it's diluted enough that it was actually good physio. It was keeping some movement while not stressing my lower back. And you're doing a lot of Latin dances, you want more hips involved, but in Kazumba, preferably the men do it too, but for the most part, the emphasis is on the women. Sometimes you just sit there and make them do things in your hands and just like, oh, look, body rolls. Oh, look, isolation. And the emphasis is all on your partner. Yeah, I'm, my shoulders. Yeah, I like seeing the striations when you're, but, well, one of my weaknesses is my traps. But at the same time, I don't really care about my traps too much, and I've been hesitant about training them since I ended up dislocating my jaw from basically having my neck too tight. That wasn't fun, and going through physiotherapy for basically a year, I got traumatized. But somebody's always bigger, somebody's always better, somebody's always stronger, somebody's always younger, somebody's always richer, somebody's always better looking. Although most of the people you see, it's lighting, it's often like it could be clothing. Like there's a lot of people who into what you see is often not really doesn't really represent reality often. Oh. I'm actually gonna. Okay, so you're going. Thanks for coming by, Immortal Chicken. Yeah, I like bigger when you can only see from here, because then you see my taper a little bit better before you get to my waist. Yeah, I'm gonna do another 5-minute set. Let's get myself mentally prepared for it. Let's get this out of the way. I make myself laugh every day. I'm gonna need a few minutes, mostly because I can feel my lats right now. After doing the rows, I can feel a little bit of lactic acid. But I'll get ready. I'll start in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, I'll start. Get myself set up. My pull-up rack, I think I've actually bent it. So it wobbles a little bit more now, and that bothers me a little bit. Oh, I've also been doing a lot of front levers lately. I don't know if I can do a good front lever now that I'm pretty tired, but that was poor. Did you hear me pop at the end? Okay, so now 3 minutes. Yep, let's get my phone out. Set it for 5 minutes, 5 seconds. The 5 seconds is just so I can. So my first one, actually, so both my sets today, I was a little bit distracted. The first time, I was spending more emphasis on getting more reps per attempt for every time I went to the bar, and in doing so, I lost some efficiency where I could have just been doing 1 or 2 at a time and recovering a little bit faster. But the reason why I ended up doing that is because my very first rep of my very first set, I ripcorded it. I was like, get as many as you can, but my shoulder wasn't fully warm yet, and I felt something I felt a little ting in there, and I was that's not good. So I started focusing on not like I didn't want to grind. I wanted better reps, but then my second time, I was thinking about what Immortal Chickens was talking to me about and how I wanted to respond. So I kept coming back and putting my thoughts. All right, 1 minute. Yeah, I don't think I think it would take me like 10 minutes to get back to a point where I'd be able to do my best, but I don't need to be able to do my best. I'm still going to try to hit 50 plus. I'm a little bit sick, so don't mind the tissue. How's the camera? Maybe I'll go back a bit, go lower a bit. All right, so I'm going to go. You ready when I am? I got 5 minutes and 5 seconds. I'm going to hit the button in 10 seconds, and then I'm going to go. And go. Give me 5 seconds to come here. So that's 15, if I didn't count wrong. That's 20. After I'm done, I'm going to weigh myself. $45. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Good luck to you, by the way. Do your best. $28. I'm actually excited to be able to do this alongside somebody. That's 30. 30 in 2 minutes. But now I'm getting burnt out. Save my oxygen. I'm gonna give myself a full 30 seconds now and refresh. And by that I mean another 10 to go. Let's do 3. Thirty-five. And that's 40. Minute left or so. A little bit more than a minute. Let's do another 10. Rizal. I'm doing a challenge right now with Drift Monkey 77. How many pulls can we do in 5 minutes? 43. 44. 45. Woo. 30 seconds left. Get another 5 in. 1. 2. 3. 9 seconds. 4. 50. That's my timer. 50 in 5 minutes. Oh, I was supposed to go to the gym today, but I'm a little bit sick. Got a sore throat, a little bit of headache, maybe a little bit of a fever. Well, I was earlier. I got some sleep, feel a little bit better, but my throat's feeling pretty raw right now. So that was my 3rd time. I hit 60, 50, and 50, give or take. We all know I can't count past, say, 15. So how'd you do? No, I got my negative result. I'm just sick. Yeah, well, you do a lot of pull-ups, you get good at them. I was going to weigh myself. I'm going to weigh myself. I'll be right back. So, I'm 191.6 pounds right now. That's how much I weigh. Nah, you gotta. I'm warm. That's what it is. I'm nice and warm. That's what gave me the extra. Like that adds a factor of 2, right? Right. So if I wasn't warm, you just take my number, divide by 2, and well, I guess I'm still winning by 1.5. But your last started spazzing. I had fun too. I was, when I wasn't doing this alone, like I easily added like 7 reps to my first go at it. But yeah, I'm feeling the arms bounce off the old back. Yep. I'm always happy to see somebody do their best or make any steps for self-improvement. Doesn't have to be fitness related, but there's a lot of people I know personally that I'm very proud of because like I've seen the work they put in over the years. Meanwhile, there's other people that maybe I haven't known for as long, and all you see is what they have now. But it's like, oh, this guy's really smart. He's really good at this. It's like, well, you didn't see all the buildup where. I'll do it this way. Let's get my. I don't have a very good vacuum right now. All right. So I'm going to get out some dumbbells. I watched an advertisement today where I keep turning off my alarm and setting another one. Yeah, so Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing Zeus. Walked into a store and had his name pronounced wrong at some sort of coffee store. All right. So I'm going to set up my dumbbells. I do. I don't know if the sauna has actually been in service since the pandemic, but I've actually never gone to it. I've never, I don't enjoy being hot. I'm naturally a heat box anyways. And usually if I'm hot, I'm sticky. Where are my, oh, here they are. There we go. Put together some 25-pound dumbbells, then go up to 45 pounds. Actually, I could do in between that. I could go up to 55-pound dumbbells before I run out of weights here. I have the rest of my weights in the other room. You know what's funny though? One thing I've noticed, whenever I start doing the bicep curls and like from here up, suddenly my viewer count starts going way up. I guess that's what people like to see. But meanwhile, I don't like training arms just by themselves too often. I like my compound lifts. I got too much hair. I need to cut it off. You promise? Well, you've got me sold here. You're gonna curse me. So you have you have two 35-pound dumbbells, is what you're saying? So I'm gonna do something that might be just me showing off right now. But then after that, let's do some farmer carries. Grab 35-pound dumbbells and then just hold them. And then keep holding them. And then keep holding them. Hate your life. Still keep holding them. Wondering why you're doing this to yourself. It's burning. Stop. Can't stop. Yeah. So, do you have a pull-up bar? I realized I was gonna. My foot cramped up. Oh, I had a cramp in the bottom of my foot doing that. Go for the double leg tuck. And for myself, I don't like jumping into it. So I actually basically do a straight arm lat pull down to get myself there. And then if you feel it, you squeeze it. Yeah, those aren't pull-ups. What you can do is start high and keep yourself close. Extend both your legs out and then let yourself drop and then just try to resist. Since I tore my back, I've really been enjoying doing that. Like, I find I'm working out scar tissue, strengthening my lower back. But you don't have a lot of those in you. Those will wear you out. Well, just go for as long as you can. This one. I thought you said you were doing it alongside me. I didn't think we were doing a challenge for this one. I'm just catching my breath. I start to stop once I can't keep myself straight, and I'm already starting to struggle to keep myself. I'm like, if you watch, my upper body is almost dropped, and my legs are coming at an angle. There's a big difference between being fresh and not being fresh. It's very hard. You have to, if you feel it, you squeeze it. And I was getting cramps in the bottom of my foot. That's how somehow I was squeezing my foot muscle. So baby step. I'll always go up with one knee and then just pull. So just so I stabilize and get ready. One knee. I couldn't even do a second with both legs out. But try to resist on the way down. You feel a nice squeeze in your back, like deep into your lats when you try to resist. All right. So I'm going to put together 35-pound dumbbells. I don't know if I'll be able to. I might have to do 40. All right. I got 45. I can do, I don't have my 32, you know what I'll do? 10, 20, 30. I got an idea. I'm gonna make 35-pound dumbbells. Give or take. I'll add on an extra 2 threads. Whoops. All right. This is oh, I just kicked the thread. I wish I didn't do that. I don't have the right denominations, so I'm erring on the side of caution. All right. So I got 35-pound dumbbells. I'm gonna get myself, you can see my hands, and I'm just gonna do farmer carry. I'm just gonna hold them. I'm gonna try to keep my lats in, or my traps engaged. Grab a sip of water. Well, you want something that's hard. Just try hanging from the bar with one hand. At our weight, it's difficult, right? Like it actually hurts. So the front lever, like you have to squeeze really hard. It's not easy to do, but it doesn't hurt like the hands as much as just hanging. This hurts my hand, so my hand is actually in pain right now. And then you see it starts to dig out my calluses. All right, so this one isn't going to be hard. Well, I'm tricking you. It's just 35 pounds, right? We're just going to carry it. Oh, this is going to suck. This is going to suck more than the front levers, but it's something we both can do. Do it as long as you want. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. Got 35-pound dumbbells. All right. I'm going to start in about 10 seconds. All right. And I'm not letting my shoulders drop, keeping them engaged. This is going to be a little bit awkward for me because I'm used to walking while I do this. And the walking takes my mind off it. And unfortunately, my right hand actually hurts already because of doing those one-arm hangs. I should have, like my right arm, I'm going to lose skin on my hands doing this. I should. All right. Doing the one-arm hang there, I sort of, so you won't be typing while we're doing this. You might beat me on this one. If you want to get some arm action, you just pick up the weight a bit, and then you get stress through your entire arm. So my hand hurts more than it should because I'm a goof. Okay, I'm going to cheat a bit just to get a better grip. It wasn't a better grip. I just want to move it. Oh, it's killing my calluses in my right hand. There we go. Now I get a good spot. Yeah, it burns. And I'm hot. I don't have the fan on me. I wish I had the fan on me. I should have thought about that before. I'm sweating. I don't like it. Woo! And I'm engaging my arms just a little bit. So I'm feeling it in my tricep. I just wish my hand didn't hurt so bad. If it wasn't for my right hand doing those one-arm pull-ups, this would be a lot easier right now. Remember, I'm not letting myself drop. I'm carrying the weight. Oh. I made the rule that you're allowed to hitch to keep it up. All right, it's burning. I'm gonna walk just to take my mind off it. Walk back and forth because I got nowhere to go. Normally when I'm walking, I'm actually resisting, keeping my core level. Ah! Ah! Really? Ah! Got lactic acid in the burn. I know. And I'm keeping my arms engaged the whole time too. This would be easier if I let my arms drop and keep my traps up. But hey, is that Lisa? Lisa, how's it going? I'm doing a challenge where I can't drop these weights. 35 pounds each hand. Ah! Me and Drift Monkey here are masochists. Oh. All right, I'm done. Ah! What emote is that? Is that a dolphin? Oh, like I'm feeling it. My shoulders. Oh, wow. Like, whew, that's fun. I used to love doing that. I would lift some weights, and then I'd well, at my old gym there used to be a track that went around the gym, and then in the center was where all the weights were. So I would lift weights and I'd go sprint a lap around the track, or I'd lift a bunch of weights like really heavy compound lifts, and then once I was done and I was getting a little bit taxed, I just grab a pair of dumbbells and go for walks around the track. And then I would get these guys who were like bigger and stronger than me, and they're I would talk them into joining me, and the two of us would be walking. We'd get a quarter of the way through the lap, and they'd be talking and chatting and all happy and jovial. And then in the last, and then by half the lap, they're starting to curse me, and then by three-quarters of the way through, they're ready to like wring my neck. I loved it. Yeah, yeah. I bet you didn't think you were gonna sweat from that. So Jake Paul, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Jake Paul is skilled, but there's a lot of skilled boxers out there. I'd like to see him actually face a boxer. Oh, that felt good. Like I'm still feeling it in my shoulder right here. Oh. Oh. You want to do another one of those in a few minutes? I really handicapped myself there by doing the one-armed hang before. Like I was only hanging for like 10 seconds max, right? Like I did a 10-second hang with one hand, and then I picked it up, and within like 5 seconds, I was regretting my life's choices. Like I can still see, like it's flattened my calluses a little bit. Oh. And then once I was done, it's almost like you can't let them go. And the thing is there gets to a point where you can actually forget about the pain and basically hold it indefinitely. But then when you let go, you lose skin. Like it can take the skin off your hands. You like meld to like these dumbbells become part of you, and you become like a bionic man. Tucka 3214. I think my muscle mass is near the same as yours, except 10 pounds fat to lose. I've got 10 pounds of fat to lose. But thing is for me, I guess the 10 pounds that I'd have to lose, I wouldn't feel as much of a Superman as I do now at that low of a body fat percentage. I don't need to be like I've hit 5% body fat before, but I wasn't happy at the time. Meanwhile, right now I'm somewhere between 9 and 11% body fat, and I feel good. I eat all the food I want. I just eat more high-filling, low-calorie foods. You're mulling over the idea of continuing a cut or building muscle by adjusting my calorie intake to below or above maintenance levels. Like, yeah, I can see that. It's most important to just be healthy, right? And like abdominal fat is unfortunately has a really high negative effect on health. But at the same time, you want to make steps to get rid of it. You don't want to go too fast, or you're basically eating yourself up, and lots of stuff goes wrong with your health. Meanwhile, if you go too slow, then it's like you're losing possible efficiency. Yeah. Yeah, 12 to 15%. Like most people, like a lot of like if you're lifting weights, most people, a lot of people will have abs at 15%. For myself, I've been 240 pounds with abs before, and the thing is for the longest time, I used to do my workouts. I did my warm-ups, my stretching. I was doing everything right, and then I'd get home, and before I showered every night, I would do 15 minutes of ab work. So I'd do crunches for 15 minutes and different variations of that. And every night, and I got the corresponding results. Like my abs were really, really thick. But at the same time, I got it's like when you eat the same food every day, you get sick of that food and you can never eat it again. Well, that's what happened with me and ab exercises. I cannot stand them anymore. If I'm doing ab exercises, I need to mix things up, right? I need to do some calisthenics. I need to do like windshield wipers. I kicked my couch. right? Like the vanilla just crunching. It's like you get the result if you keep the volume. I would like start counting after I felt it start to burn, but I just can't stomach it anymore. Yeah, but like camera, like my camera lies a little bit. In particular, my camera tends to, I got a new camera and it tends to blur contours. So it actually, my camera actually takes colors and gets rid of the contours, so you can't actually see the contours on my abs as much. Or like here, like if I pick the right angle, it starts to, my camera tries to, it has some sort of program in it where with what it does with colors, whereas my old camera gave a more representative look of myself, but it would often go blurry. So it's a trade-off, and I'd rather not have to worry about, oh look, now you can't see anything. And then lighting makes a difference. You want top-down lighting, which I don't have, but I got some shadows. But one thing in particular, this camera here doesn't show the contours properly on my legs. Ginger honey drink is really good for sickness. Maybe. I just got to make sure I get enough rest. And I'll be better soon. Like Monday, I'll forget this even happened. You got a scale for Christmas to calculate body fat, but it's telling me 20. Yeah, if you're getting the electrical ones, everybody stores fat differently on their body, and depending on the method you use, you're going to get different results. Calipers, if you pick the right caliper method for you, make sure you're getting a better representative. Like some people carry more fat in their chest. For me, I carry more fat in my legs, which is I'm lucky for that. Yeah, like you compare methods, you might get yourself lost. If anything, it's better to I prefer to track progress. So like right now, I say I'm between 9 and 11% body fat. But even then, it's been a while since I've actually I have medical grade calipers. It's been a while since I had anyone to help me to actually test myself. It's a little bit hard to do yourself. So, drift monkey, do you want to do that again? You want to grab those 35-pound dumbbells and just hold them? But yeah, like the scale, even like the scale, it gives you a weight, right? But what does it actually mean? Actually, like it's like, and it's important to weigh yourself. But your weight fluctuates day by day, and throughout the day. But if you see like the average of the numbers start to go up or start to go down, it's a very important tool. Okay, so you're ready? All right. So Drift Monkey and I here are doing farmer carries. We're going to grab them, lift them. We're not going to let it sag our arms. We're going to keep our traps engaged. I'm going to try to pull a little bit, keep my arms engaged throughout the whole time. But so 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, and then we just hold it. And we're having fun. I want to dance to the song. I got to become one with the weights. 35-pound dumbbells. It's not a lot, right? My handles on these dumbbells are actually not the best for this because they're too corrugated. They're a little bit too rough, right? So it gives you grip, but it actually, like as you start to fatigue and it starts to, like any type of friction, starts to drag your skin, and it's that didn't make it easier. I'm in need of a haircut. But it's winter. It's almost minus 30 outside. Chad Guy 37. Shave my head. If I shaved my head, I would look like Frankenstein's monster. Ah, it's burning. When I was a kid, I had quite a bit of spills. I got scars all over my scalp. I look like I got lobotomized. Cradle. Man. I'm feeling it in my shoulders, feeling it in my arms. Now that I know that you stopped, it makes me want to give up. Actually, not even that. It makes me feel it a lot more. It's like, why am I doing this? It's because I can. I feel like you see the movies where the robot's head, like the cyborg's head explodes, starts to like bounce around all over the place faster than you can see, and then the head blows off. See, when I move like sideways like that, it's a lot more stress on my shoulders. 5, 4, 3. Now I'm gonna go more. You can't stop me. Woo! Okay. Oh. Oh, I can't with my hands. There we go. This camera can't catch my calluses, but let me try. I like push it back in. Actually, they're pretty flat right now. This exercise actually flattened out my calluses. Let's go back to my couple 26. Oh, all right. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on chat here. I damn lost my mind there, you guys. Like you can see my vein popping out on this arm. Yeah, you can see it coming right down. That's my camera is actually backwards. Okay, so 2 minutes of your tapping. So you're heading off. 11 Believert. So I'm gonna get caught up on chat real quick. You're tapping in 2 minutes, but thank you for. So Drift Monkey 77 was a trooper who came and partook in my challenges with me. We did 5-minute pull-up challenges where how many pull-ups can you do in 5 minutes? And then just go. He tried, I got him doing front levers, and then we were doing our farmer carries, just grabbing 35-pound dumbbells each, holding them until it hurts, and then keep going. So he's a trooper. Not shaving my head. Finishing installing your new Ring doorbell home security system. Yeah, see, it's good to have skills like that where you can do things yourself. And nowadays, people just teach themselves on YouTube. But it's not a skill everybody picks up easy or finds easy to. All right, so couple will do. I can still feel the lactic acid in my arms. That was great. So I'm feeling just fooling around now. My throat is a little bit sore. I was supposed to go to the gym today, but I'm a little bit sick. So I don't want to infect other people. I miss partner dancing. So I said I was gonna fool around, didn't I? Well, let's keep fooling around. I need room though. Which way do I? Okay, so I'll raise this. I just want to be. Oh, you know what? Before I start messing around, let's warm up my wrists first. I know, right? You feel that, right? Because you're actively resisting that weight the whole time. It's not a lot, but. All right, I'm gonna do some handstands. I don't know if you want to try them or not. I'd recommend spending some time learning the techniques first and practicing in a safe environment where you're not going to break yourself or the things around you. But I'm not very flexible right now, you know. Oh man. It's been a while since I've done this. This is my first time doing this in months. That was my first. That was my first. I don't know if you guys could see me. Hopefully. What else can I do? I used to be able to get pretty close to the splits. See how far I can go without doing the splits. Oh man, I'm not even close. Nope. I've been training my legs twice a week. without as much emphasis on my like mobility. I've been having emphasis on, but on my flexibility. One, it's good for the neck. As long as you don't, like, if you mess up, you can twinge your neck. But core, and more importantly, I want to learn how to do the headstands and the handstand, or I want to learn how to do handstands. But the headstand is sort of like a progression on the way, except I don't want to just jump into a handstand and start like oh my god, keep my balance, right? I wanna do a handstand the same way I do a headstand, where I get my head on here and I actually pick myself up with my core, right? So I'm not jumping into it. I'm controlled the whole time, and that's not easy. But the only way I can get into a handstand right now is to like jump, and I don't want to do that. Every time I try to learn it, I'll spend a couple days on it, maybe like half an hour for a couple days, and then stuff will come up, and then I'll lose it. But one thing that you need to do is you need to be able to stack everything over your shoulders so that you can actually pick yourself up controlled. But every time I try to pick myself up, I will either fall forward or fall back. It's something I haven't quite picked up yet. You like yourself some yeah. That's handstand push-ups are what I did to train myself to learn how to do the human flag. So I want to do the human flag, and one hand you're basically pushing, the other hand you're pulling, and handstand push-ups are a good way to build the strength to do that and the conditioning. Unfortunately, I did too many of them, and then I buggered up my wrist. So I had to, for about a year, I couldn't even do push-ups. If I did push-ups, I had to grab the dumbbell, and I couldn't get my hand back because I impinged my wrist. So be careful. But I guess the real reason why is I just want to be able to do it. I want to be able to, I see something, I'm like, shiny things, I want, right? So that's the real answer. I can tell you all these things, but I want to be able to do, what a lot of other people can do at a lot lighter body weights. Like I was doing the front levers earlier. I'm not that great at them. But at the same time, you see most people doing front levers. They might look more ripped than I am and bigger muscles, but often they're like, you weigh them and they're 150 pounds. I weighed myself earlier today. I'm 191.6 pounds right now. Oh. All right, now I'm getting everything I need. For me, I started streaming first to hold myself accountable for showing up again. So 2020 hit. It hit a lot of people harder than it hit me, but the first lockdown, I was pretty good. It was the middle of summer. I brought all my weights outside, and I was having a good old time. Second lockdown hit. It was winter, and I was locked up at home. My home workouts weren't enjoyable anymore, and I stopped training. So the first time in 10 years, I stopped training because of my own lack of motivation. And at the time, I started spending more time on the computer. I found Twitch. I found and what I started off by watching people, like talking to people on Twitch while I was lifting my weights. And for me, the gym has always been a large social aspect of my life as well. And I started thinking like I'm talking to people while on Twitch while I'm working out. Like I could probably use this medium, like one just to keep me uh, committed to coming to the gym. Like keep me honest, make sure I'm going there, keep a record. I can go look at my videos after, check my form. I can see my progress over time. So all these things are coming like that's great. But then I started doing it, and I realized it made my home workouts enjoyable again, right? So like being here, being able to talk to you guys, I'm enjoying myself. Like, I'm like for the long run, I am bettering myself every week, at least trying to. It's slow. I have a realistic expectation of what I can expect for my own body, but I'm just happy to be here. I love lifting weights. You get your natural hormone adjustment every day. Like I'm not saying, I'm just saying like you get you lift weights, it makes you feel good. But right now, I've actually got workout brain. It's getting a little bit late. I'm finding my brain is fried, and I'm in a great mood. I had Drift Monkey here. He was right beside me after about an hour. So at least like the last 75 minutes, he's been beside me doing some of the stuff I've been doing, and that's put me in a great mood. I'm having a good night, and okay, so just healed and doing deadlifts and super heavy stuff. All right, actually, okay. Let me make sure I caught everything. So assisted handstand push-ups. Yeah. So Drift Monkey took off. You actually lifted your back for more than half a year after pulled a heavy object. While you're and that's the thing, right? You lift weights, you get strong, but sometimes you can like if your engine's so strong, and like with your car, if you just hit the gas full throttle, like pistons and suffer can start breaking, and it's just like you can like with your body in particular. I try to be wary of doing too much quad extensions because it's not a great exercise physiologically for your body. Your quads don't act like that in absence of everything else. But at the same time, it creates great hypertrophy just in the quads. So it will help you for size in your quads. You can beat them up very specifically. But what I've seen happen, like I've watched a professional bodybuilder had massive quads, but his body wasn't necessarily that as functional, and he went to go play sports for the first time, and he pushed off, and his quad ripped the tendon off his bone. Like it just pulled, like it just, and it was very traumatic for everybody involved. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt like that, and so you got to be careful when your muscles can actually do that to you. Like you might not even think about it. Like when you're flexing, you're basically squeezing the muscle, and you can squeeze it till it hurts. Like I can cramp up any muscle just by squeezing it. If I want to use my biceps, okay, right, and it's okay. Is doing an arm as an accessory exercise with hypertrophy range as well advisable if you're following? If you want your arms to grow, you need the volume, and more specific, when I say volume, I mean volume of hypertrophy. Training arms for an hour is very inefficient, right? Like with a lot of compound lifts, you will hit your arms. With strength training, if you're doing rep ranges, say 3 to 8, like 3 and 8 is a very big difference. But so like if you're doing 3 you're going to have to do a lot of sets to hit the hypertrophy, because like on your arms. And if you care about your arms being bigger, you might want to not skip like our arms as accessory, like actually do hypertrophy in your arms specifically. Okay, so you want to get stronger, but you want bigger arms more than you want them stronger. Yeah, so hypertrophy is a stimulus for muscle growth. The more volume of hypertrophy you get in, not over over a week, like over in one specific workout, over a week, over a month, over a year, the bigger you're going to grow. And to get more volume of hypertrophy, there's the recovery aspect. And so you're better off getting high quality sets. But then it comes down to how hard you're training and how well you're recovering. So the science behind it is you want a specific muscle group to grow as efficiently as possible. You have to train it 2 to 3 times a week. And whether it's 2 or 3 times, the science doesn't really know, because it comes down to how hard you're training. So if you're training so hard that you're sore for an entire week and you're only able to train 1 week from then, you're training too hard. Whereas if you're training so hard that you tear it down as efficiently as you can, but then once it's recovered, you hit it again, and that just happens to work out to twice a week, then you're training basically as efficiently as possible. As you get stronger, you're gonna have to essentially try harder. You're gonna have to push yourself harder, because to get that stimulus, the hypertrophy, the stimulus for growth, you have to tax the muscle. You have to get the muscle. You don't want to go, if the muscle's capacity is here, or say the muscle capacity is here, you don't want to try something that's way up here, because you just your muscle's just okay, what did I learn from that? Not very much. But your muscle capability is here. You try to put in this amount of effort, and then your body thinks, oh, I wasn't quite strong enough today, but you know what? I've torn myself down a little bit. I'll build myself back up next time, a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and next time I will be able to complete that task. I was almost there, but you know what? I'll get there, right? But yeah, chat. So you're happy with this injury actually, because instead of learning about the hard way when I get older, yeah, it's glad to hear that. We're all invincible when we're young, myself included. I like to train hard, and often I just like doing what I did, right? So even October 2020, I was deadlifting 575 pounds. That was October 2020, and I was 220 plus pounds. Right now, I'm 191.6. But I haven't been deadlifting more than 500. And I might be able to, but I haven't been trying. I've done 450, but I'm not doing a 1 rep max. I'm doing 3 by 3. So yeah, if you want to get stronger, bigger arms. Following a 3-day split with your strength training. So I think it's enough to do arms. Yeah, it's like for myself, my triceps are actually lacking compared to what they have been in the past. And I care more about my triceps than my biceps. But when I had my triceps the best I've ever had them, I was actually training triceps at the end of every workout for 10 minutes. And I got tons of hypertrophy in, and I'd go till I felt the burn. And with all that volume, my biceps look smaller than they are, just because my triceps were so large, as well as my forearms. My biceps actually look like when I'm standing, and my biceps don't look as large, because triceps, and then also my forearms. I got all this. This is all meat here. little Popeye. Yeah, so I started talking. I started cooling down. I think I'm done my workout for the day. I was gonna do bicep curls and all that, but um, so the thing I damaged according to the I, I keep trying to see things, but when I click on the text, the reply button pops up and it blocks some of the chat. Protein in between, so you damage your cartilage. That's yeah, that's something you want to avoid. That's see, like your muscles, you get a muscle tear. There's a lot of blood flow to your muscles. Um, there's some muscles that are bigger than others, but the blood carries the nutrients for it to repair itself. That's why muscles can grow, like the lats. There's some muscles that are just going to grow slower than others. So you get a lot of people who start out, and if they start taking PEDs right off the bat, what you often see is you see the highest disproportionate body types at that phase because their big muscles grow so fast, but the smaller muscles haven't caught up yet. Um, and that's just because there's more blood flow that goes to it. Just like your tendons have a very limited amount of blood that comes to them. That's why tendon injuries take so much longer to heal. Yeah, and and your I keep clicking on chat. Yeah, so and like your cartilage, the blood flow going there is minuscule, and what happens to all of us is our cartilage is actually like clay. It's like the soil beneath our feet, in that you put a load on it over time, it compresses the cartilage, just like you put a building on the ground, it actually compresses the soil underneath. So you have to put in a foundation depending on the different type of soil. But if it's like clay, 50 feet of clay, you need to put piles down, and that's so that the building doesn't settle. Um, and there is like elastic modular properties of soil, where you compress it and you release the load. Most of it bounces back, but there's some parts of it that aren't like if something's completely elastic, which nothing really is, you compress it and it bounces back to its full length. But in reality, you compress it and you might lose 25%. Imagine if animals were training like us. Hey, bro, do you train your triceps? You ever see those really ripped kangaroos? And kangaroos are dumb animals. Like they're dumb, but like they'll grab you, and it's just like there's different reasons why they do it. Sometimes they grab you because they want to drown you, but most of the time it's just like a automatic response. But anyways, I've enjoyed my workout today. I'm gonna start winding it down for bed. On my knees. Thank you everybody for coming out. I'm gonna find somebody to share the love with. I was surprised to find how tight knit the health and fitness community on Twitch actually is. Let's rate this guy. I've rated him before. He's good people. / raid. I always like to do my flex at the end so I can know where to find it. Thank you, everybody who's come out today. It was fun. And I'm going to send this raid. Have a great night.